I didn't mean it.
Hey, what's up, Duke? How you doing, buddy? And the rest of YouTube, whenever you watch this. Here we go. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome, everyone, and pull up a seat at the table. It is lunchtime in Rome. Tonight is episode 171, entitled Online Comfort. We talk about how to comfort people so very often here at the table. Person to person and face to face, it is important for us to join people in their emotions. Too few people try to do this, let alone do it well, hence this podcast. However, what about on social media? Do we join people in their emotions there? This week, we will look at 3 examples of people either mourning or rejoicing, and we'll take a look at how their friends both do and do not join them in their emotions. So, pull up a seat at the table and join us. First-time listeners, you can subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Watch us live at lunchtimeinrome.com/live or listen directly on lunchtimeinrome.com. While there, you can take our relational needs questionnaire. Make sure to follow us on all social media, and it would be great if you gave us a 5-star review. Jay, what specifically is this podcast about?
Being alone is the worst. Good times aren't as good, and bad times are worse when you're all alone. Romans 12:15 says to rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. That is how you keep people from being alone and what this podcast is all about. We demonstrate that in the first 15 minutes of the podcast and talk about it for the rest. So while it may not be 12:15 in Rome, we're treating it like it is lunchtime in Rome.
Without Chris.
Without Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're saying it's Chris tonight, so that's a bummer.
And I moved over a little bit, and I was trying to read it on this side. As it turns out, my contacts really are separate, which my right side is my distance. So as I was in the beginning, I was like,
you are really taking Chris's place.
I'm memorizing this. And then I was like, move it on the left side. There it is.
There it is. It's all clear now.
Man, I'm excited about tonight's topic, but we can catch up a little bit this week.
And I want to preface tonight's topic with the fact that this is a prototype tonight. This is not a one-off.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing this for a while.
Right. And so people might not have understood, heard, or whatever else when we asked for people, hey, send in examples of comfort on social media that either are great or are terrible, and we'll talk about them. So we have 3 tonight for you. So we're excited to sort of demonstrate what we're looking for.
Yeah. But before we get into that, I appreciate this time because you guys are my best friends, and it's been very hectic and been very exhausting lately for Amy and I, and
so exhausting we don't really see you, so it's hard to be close friends other than through text messages.
Honestly, I was like, man, I can't remember the last time without being like at an event or
right.
At like a thing, whether that be church or Maggie's birthday party or whatever, and we're just at the end of our rope. We're just done. And like at the end of the night, like I just want to put Maggie in a closet and just lock her in there and just call it a night. Like bye. We're exhausted. Amy's working sunflower sprout sale. Shout out to them. They're great people. Jen and Adam Stickle.
Consignment artsy craftsy stuff.
It's a consignment sale of all kids, baby clothes, maternity stuff out at the PISA Center, the Pittsburgh Indoor Sports Center, over in what town is that?
Harmerville-ish.
Harmerville, Indianola.
Yeah.
It's a very cool event. It's happening this weekend. Check it out. I'm helping a lot with it too. Doing some work for them, and they're great people. But it is a long week because I've had to take on watching Maggie, and with Amy being out, putting her to bed. So it's long days. And at the end, I'm just exhausted and done, and haven't had a lot of me time, and I'm just tired.
At least your cars are in one piece.
Oh man, yeah. Amy got into a little bit of a hit and run. Not going to go into too many details about it, but somebody backed into her
for legal purposes.
Well, we're not charging her or anything. It's a long story, but yeah, somebody backed into her and tried to get away, but didn't. Cops came and blah blah blah. But everybody's fine. Everybody's safe. Amy's not hurt. She wasn't in the car, thank goodness, and all that. But it's a hassle.
It's one more thing.
They can't take her car for another 2 weeks. We might have to get a new car seat because, by law or whatever, if your car's been in an accident, you have to get a new car seat, even though there's pretty much no damage to the car seat. Whatever. It's and like getting
By law. What are they going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're
I don't
supposed to
know.
wear a mask at times.
It's just it's just one more thing right now, and we just don't need it, don't want it. So
How is school? How's school going?
school's going actually really good. We really turned a corner this week. Dropped her off, smooth drop off this morning, smoothest it's been. Still like Maggie's still been hesitant to, and she's been, I don't want to go to preschool. I don't want to go to preschool. Saying that in the morning, and then when we get there, like I'm like, all right, bye, and like pretty much kick her into the through the doorway.
We
It's
do
just
realize
totally
like
fine.
we have different gifts as parents. Like whereas it breaks Amy's heart, and you're at the point you're like, bye.
Yeah, I'm by.
Man,
Yeah,
I want to kick her and I want to shove her in a closet.
I'm
Wow,
just
that's-
irritated now. Like I'm just like you come home happy, like go in happy, go in go in with a positive attitude, lady.
And what I hear you saying is that you come alongside her and you say, it is scary and it's okay.
I've done that. We're past that. We're past that.
It didn't work.
No, because it comes to the point where she does it over and over and over again, over and over again. And I have to say, like, I have to do like we talk about like the newspaper on the nose of a dog, like, hey, like we're done.
Put like a rubber band around her wrist.
I've comforted you. We're past that. But that's just where I just don't. My cup is full.
Sure.
So like. I'm not able to comfort right now, and like it sucks. And that's a sucky place to be when you can't, just
You don't have any room to comfort because you are.
I'm uncomfortable right now. But
She's doing 3 days a week.
doing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and dropped her off this morning, and great pickup by grandma this afternoon.
Ooh,
So
that's nice. You get a little extra 25 minutes.
Well, no, whole day because then she went over to grandma's house.
Even better.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, and we're just tired. So
Well,
just out
apparently
here.
Lydia loved the consignment, had nothing negative to say. So thank you, Duke. for
oh
chiming in
yeah,
on
that's
that.
right. Lydia does go. We give because Amy has and if you're listening and by chance you hear this by the time
For all people at the table.
yeah, it is a public sale at some point, but if you're a consigner, you get some perks, and one of those things is inviting people early to the sale so they can shop it early. And if you want to get the hookup, Amy has a early in ticket.
Promo code LIR.
Lunchtime
in Rome. Got
you
it.
Guys, you're good. You're good. So for me, coaching, and preaching, and meeting, and all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, the big news of the day is I went up to practice putting a little bit at the disc golf course, and as I pulled in, I went, I got time. And I've been waiting to play like with everybody. The 3 new holes that Brian helped me install
Yes.
on Saturday, and I've been working on in the last 10 months, but really kind of finishing in the last 2 weeks. And there's still obviously a lot of touch-ups, but I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm playing.
I can't wait to play it, dude.
Well, and it was crazy. So the 3 new holes,
They're all down in the hill there, right? All
yeah,
three
one
of them?
goes down, one's along the bottom,
Along
and
cross,
the other one's the dog
and then
leg.
back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the big downhill shot, I was like, well, and I only threw a zone, which is like a mid-range.
Yeah.
And I threw it a little too straight, and I wanted it to come back into the fairway. So
Sure.
instead I started it in the fairway, and then it went behind the tree, and I went down. And it's so much fun, like just watching it fly because
Yeah.
it's so downhill.
Yeah.
But I was actually long. And so I was like to the left of 6T with just a 5-speed disc.
Okay.
So it's like, oh. And then I
And now
had-
you're like to go back?
yeah, basically. But I had like a 75-foot straight shot to the
Because
basket.
so the basket is dog
Back
leg left
to the left,
like
and
hooks
up the hill,
left,
back
yeah.
up the hill a little bit.
Yeah.
And we made it a par 4, but I had a 75-foot putt for eagle, which of course I missed. But then I made the birdie, and I'm like, well, I played a few times. Let's see. It's sort of like what number 2 has become. It's either an impossible par 3 or an easy par 4. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if we can do par 3.5. It's our course. We can do what we want.
I don't know if you disallow half points.
I don't know, man. But then the little teeny tiny par 3 in the woods, I hit a tree and hit a tree again and bogeyed. And then the dog leg left hole number 7 back up the hill is a tough tee shot, and hit a tree. So I bogeyed that, but it's fun. It was a lot. And I tell you what, it's different. I've walked up and down that hill 100 times, all the way from the bottom. And it's
That's a
two
bit
big
of a hill.
hills.
Yep. Like when you're going all the way up to the top.
from all the way at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Having already played, now at that point, 7 holes of golf, disc golf. And by the time I got to the top, I was like, all right, okay, well, we're doing this. All right. My legs were like, I mean, we'd like to stop. We know why we're not.
Yeah.
You know, but no, it's an enjoyable, and 11 holes is more than 9. I don't know if you know that. So that was kind of fun. Yeah. So no, it was a good time. I shot even par, 3 birdies, 3 bogeys. So I'm excited for it.
Dude, I'm excited. I appreciate all the work you've done into it, and yeah, you too, Brian, putting the baskets down there, because like it's not easy getting back there with anything.
Getting down's fine.
Right.
It is the getting back.
Though on Sunday when I mulched,
It's more fun
number
throwing a disc
17,
back though.
carrying those bags of mulch, which it had rained Saturday. So,
Oh man.
and I carried one. I took it down by the cell tower.
Yeah.
And that's all like these big rocks. So your
Yeah.
ankles or whatever else. And I took one, and it was no big deal. It's not that steep going that way because I'm only going to the tee on 7. But then I'm like, I'm not making 4 trips like this. So the next one I carried 2, and I just carried them like in a bear hug.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't see my feet. So the fact that I didn't snap both of my ankles 3 times,
Yeah, seriously.
bit of a miracle. But that was almost worse than Saturday, carrying the boxes and stuff. I was also alone. It was great being with Brian.
Yeah.
But no, we're good. Rachel's, gosh, her work is just hilarious. The things she goes through with the school for the deaf. I mean, she loves the kids, but it is a challenge. There's a lady who brings her kid late every day, and they're like, "This is a school. You can't do that." She's like, "Oh, okay." Comes late the next
See you
day.
tomorrow at the same time.
And then, like one day, he either missed the bus or whatever. So mom brought him, and then they said, "Call the bus company so they know to pick him back up." Okay, so school's over. He's sitting there.
Oh man.
Bus company, no, nobody's there. So they call the bus company. He's like, "Yeah, he wasn't in school today." They're like, "No, he was. Did mom call you?" "No." And you're like, "All right." Mom's like, "Okay, I'll come pick him up." Hour and a half later.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Man. Oh man.
Like you can't go here anymore.
Well, and there's case workers and all. So it's just
Oh, dude, it's so front. Like that infuriates me.
Yeah. There's like broken and empty people, and then there's that level right there.
there's broken and empty, but you're pissing me off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like, dude, I hate being late. Hate being late. I was late last night to rehearsal,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
and by late I mean it was like 7:30 on
gotta talk about
on the
that.
dot.
You were on time,
I was like,
which is late for being early.
yeah, like we hadn't started yet, but you know, but I was not happy.
Yeah.
How's Brian?
I was
I'm good. I'm actually really good. I really enjoyed my time with you on Saturday doing that.
Isn't it nice you get to do something?
Yeah, we got to do something, but also the conversation.
Aw.
You gave me a great idea about something which I don't want to get into.
Oh, yeah.
Redirecting a parade. I
No.
can't really get into it, but
Redirecting a parade.
yeah, you don't want to rain on the parade. Remember that conversation?
I'm so convinced it was the other idea about L.A.
That's it. But
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to. We don't want to rain on a parade.
right.
You're like, yeah,
Redirect
you
the parade.
redirect the parade.
Yes.
So that you don't destroy the parade.
I
Yeah,
feel
same
very-
topic, different.
Very out of the loop here.
Well,
Yeah,
if you,
well,
if you
well-
helped out on Saturday instead of taking
I-
care of your wife and daughter.
I know. Huh?
No, it's
Such a
And
loser.
knee and elbow.
no. Jay gave me a great idea about Ethan. And
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
talk about it later.
All right, yeah. I
Um,
got you.
So that was really good.
Did you share that with Lex?
Yes, absolutely.
Did she
All
say?
about it.
Brilliant.
All about it. Yeah, and I took credit for it.
That's nice. I like that.
No.
Hey, she did tell me that you said after Saturday, because I was pulling down some vines, but the vines are still in the tree. And so I'm literally playing tug of war with 30 feet of grapevines. And I said, and people are like, you don't work out? I'm like, no, I don't work out as I'm playing tug of war with this. And
Yeah.
she said you actually mentioned it to her.
I did, because what you're doing there is a workout.
It's like real man
Absolutely.
stuff.
It is.
It really is.
That's fun.
It's kind of like what we're meant to, like we were born to do.
Functional fitness, I like to call
That
it.
kind of, I'm all about functional fitness, man. I love it. So yeah, I'm good. The Saturday was a highlight. The previous Saturday, I wanted to talk about this last week, but we kind of ran out of time. The previous, it wasn't the previous Saturday. It was over the Labor Day weekend on Monday of Labor Day.
Hence, otherwise known as.
Labor Day.
There we go.
I woke up and just had this thought, like, why don't we go over to my parents? And we sat at my mom's dining room table. It was me, Abby, Lex, and Ethan all went over, E kind of hung out with my dad for a little bit, and
Which is awesome.
it was great. And Lex and Abby and I and my mom, we just sat at the dining room table and did like one of the adult coloring books. Like each of us took a thing and we did it, and it was a great time. And I admit that I don't get over to my parents as much as I should. I live 5 minutes away, and there's sometimes a week go by. I'm like, I haven't talked to my mom or dad. So, I was thinking, I had this thought about Ethan is 3 years away from going to college, and I mean, my parents are in really good shape, but they're also in their 70s. And so it really just kind of hit me, over that weekend that this is some of the best time that I have, and so.
And the sand in that hourglass.
Yeah.
She's moving.
Right. And so, yeah, that I wanted to highlight that because it was a very meaningful time, and we all had a really, really good time. And my work's going well. I've been at my new job for almost a year now, and long and short of it is we're working on a new software, and it's coming along well. It's going to be going live somewhat soon by the end of this year. One of my friends is out in Long Island, New York. He delivers ice. He has a company, delivers ice all over New York. And so he's put a lot of trust in me and the company that I'm working for. I'm putting a lot of trust in them, and things are really coming together. And
That's the best. Oh, obviously that's the best part. I mean,
when it comes
but it's
together.
like, because if it doesn't, that's bad.
Yeah.
If anybody drops the ball,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah.
And the fact that both sides have kept the faith and the trust in each other, and it's like,
Yeah, and I think I keep envisioning this moment where it's live, and he says to me, "This is great. This is exactly what I was looking for, and I'm gonna recommend this to some other people I know."
That's what you want to hear.
I think that's gonna be the pinnacle moment in my career. So, and we're getting there. So I'm really excited about that.
it's got to
That's
get
so
here,
cool.
though.
Yeah.
It's got to get there.
Yeah. There's
It's coming.
Still a lot to do between.
But it needs to be
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But I do celebrate so much your family time, like, because you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there
Well,
was no event like we talked
And
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's
you know
just
what?
America.
And it's those simple moments. It's not a big event. It's not like we're going to go to the
Right.
strip district and we're going to have family day, or we're going to go to Kennywood and we're going to be there for 8 hours and all that.
You're speaking from so much.
Oh,
of your
man.
own-
Yeah. Absolutely. It's just, hey, we're going to sit down. We're going to color.
And you're in this window with your parents, like you said, where they don't need you. They need you to be around because you're their family. But like tomorrow, I'm taking mom shopping. Why? Well, because mom needs me to take her shopping. And she even said, yeah, I think you can just drop me off at the dollar store and then you go shopping for me at Aldi. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. She's like, well, I have the cart. I said, yeah, right. I said, then you reach for something, you fall, and I got to see Rachel? I said, Mom, you're going to fall at some point. That's fine.
She reaches for something. She's like, this is it.
I'm like, it ain't happening on my watch, Mom. But like she needs me. Like your parents don't need you. It's, with all due respect to my mother, you're getting like big points.
Right.
You're just stopping over because you
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
But I told Lex about it, and she just kind of looked at me. She's like, "Are you serious?" Because it's kind of out of character if you know me, and because I see my parents. I do see my parents a lot. It's just not in that kind of a situation.
Intentional time.
Yeah. Intense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like you said, it's not a big event where my mom's making like a big turkey or something.
Speaking of social media and your mother, she loves to post
She
things.
really does.
She and Marty Griffin are like BFFs.
Oh, man, I love some Sally posts, man.
And a lot of people use social media for a lot of things. And we've talked about it to some extent here at the table. Certainly during the Trey Days, it was instrumental in our spiritual and emotional health and getting through it. People joining us in our emotions and being there for us. And even, I knew then what I know now. Certainly I'm more refined and specialized in what I know. But it even surprised me then how much different comments hit me differently. When we would post a big test was coming up, or we got bad news, or we got good news, and I would see the number of people who would just like say, praying, praying, and you're like, I would hope so. Like, you don't, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get credit for posting that you're praying, you know. But then every once in a while, somebody would write, there's tears running down my face as I type this. And I would stop. And I've mentioned that on here at the table before. And Eric came up with a brilliant idea. And it was actually while we were away on vacation. Share the story.
I don't know the whole story, but my idea was like we would go through online comments and not roast people.
It was after the shrimp boil.
Oh,
I posted pictures.
yes, you posted pictures, and pictures were great. And it's a shrimp boil, and we also had clams and mussels and scallops. You know, just a spread. And somebody didn't like the clams.
Somebody
or the mussels.
commented and said, you had me up until the mussels.
Yeah, and it's like,
And you pointed that out.
I was like, okay, you don't gotta mention that. You're like, why don't you just say that looks great? That looks fantastic. Like the one thing, you have corn, you have Polish sausage, you have shrimp, we got scallops, we got clams, we have the one thing. Like, come on, that's what you're gonna point out.
And so if you think about it, in no way, shape, or form did that person join me.
No, not at all.
They to a minor degree.
And that was like, they weren't invited anyway.
Well, you had me up until the thing I didn't like. You know, I mean, it's not, it has nothing to do with you.
Right. Yeah, it's very myopic. It's very self-centered. And again, lovely person. I certainly know who they are. It's no. Oh, by the way, when we use these examples, we're never going to name names,
Right.
yeah, it's all going to be anonymous on it.
unless it's one of us. But yeah, and it's that unintentional. I'm sure they thought they were, hey, I'm going to comment,
Yeah,
I'm going
right.
to chime in, and yet you made it about you.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with me. Like, I was okay, just like you said. I was okay with her up until I put those stupid mussels in the picture or on the table. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to eat them in her world. So Eric came up with the
I
idea.
forgot that's how this all came to fruition.
That's exactly where it started, and he had the idea. Let's do this. And so this is, like I said, the first time we're doing this. But we want, when you get a comment, when somebody comments on your page, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, or MySpace, whatever, go ahead and send it to us so we can talk about it and analyze it. And we're doing that with 3 different examples tonight. The first 2, as we would say, are pretty duck. They're and again, these 3 people, I can almost guarantee you none of them have ever listened to the podcast. I guarantee you the first one doesn't, because I actually found it during one of my hobbies, which is looking at local news online and then seeing somebody that got arrested and then going and seeing if they have a Facebook page and then scrolling through their Facebook page and seeing how they got to that point. And this one might have almost broken me of it because it's just so sad.
Well, it starts off horrible.
Oh, yeah.
So this person posted, "Never did I have a chance in this cruel world."
Yeah.
Which you never want to hear anybody say that. And that just breaks my heart that person is at that point.
And that's a solid 6 months before they got arrested. So this is somebody who's struggling.
Wow.
So there's a post. Now, before we even read the posts, and every post that I have left on this thread are either good or not good. And so we'll just talk about each one as we go through. But, well, let's just do that. We don't have to give examples of what we might say to them.
Sorry, what am I supposed to do right now?
Maybe read the first comment, and then we can talk about it.
Right. Sorry, I zoned out there for a sec. I'm just reading the comments in my mind. So the first comment on this is, yes, you do.
And that's it.
That's it. Yes, you do.
So
That's encouraging. It's at the very least it is. Hey, you're not screaming.
It's
into
affirmation.
You're not
I
screaming
believe in
into the
you.
void.
I'm here.
You're not screaming into
and
the
I
void.
believe in
of this.
you.
Yes.
Right. But if it was a poor emotional response, what would it be?
I was just gonna say we need to give Jay a bell. So like whenever you and I or Chris gets it right, you go, ding.
I just hit the bell. I like that. Or can we get like one of those really annoying podcast things? It's like, bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam.
Crazy Ira.
Yeah. So I would say, rather than making you guess it, because we have a lot to get through this evening,
Yeah.
to a degree, though, as far as the 4 poor emotional responses. Which
Yeah, okay, let's do
which
poor
is
first.
facts, logic, reason, selfish, critical, or neglect.
feel like it's neglect.
It's a little bit neglect, but it's actually critical. It's saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, man, this is a hard life, isn't it?
Right.
Man, I tell you what you've been through, oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's saying, yes, you do. You're wrong to feel this way.
Yeah.
So, Eric, what's the next one?
Someone posted, you have more than a chance, in quotes. You have hope, promise, love, support, and a bright future. Never sell yourself short or give up hope. And then this person posted some scripture. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future.
Which was actually written just for the Israelites.
Oh, man.
It's on all the Christian coffee cups, but I don't know if it really applies to us as individuals. It was for the Israelites.
Well, this woman is Jewish.
Oh, great.
I'm just
it
kidding.
applies to
Positive, upbeat?
It is positive.
Is it facts, logic, and reason?
No. Because facts, logic, and reason would be like, well, of course you feel bad.
Nah.
You lost your job. Your husband is an alien, and your kid said he hates you.
I'm going to
So
say it's
it would
ignoring.
be-
It's ignoring.
It's a combination
Or
again.
neglect or whatever.
It's neglect / ignore, and
You're wrong.
Critical.
And critical. Yeah.
critical.
Yeah.
Like, no. You've got more than a chance. You're wrong. You have hope. You have promise. You're thinking wrong. Your
And I
feelings
do
are
want to
wrong.
make the point, like, I'm not blaming these people. Like they think
No, we're
they're
teaching.
Yeah, they think they're doing the right thing, and like it's not horrible what they're doing, but when you get down to it, it kind of is. Like
misses the mark.
It misses the mark. Like you're not taking any time to join them. You're trying to make them feel good.
Trying to fix them.
Yeah, trying to fix them, and that's not at all.
And
what
are we
you're doing.
nitpicking? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've all been there where we post things, and then you see the comments, and you're like, that's why I shouldn't post.
That's not it.
Right.
That's
And
not it.
If
Right.
you can learn to be good at this, you're going to be that person that comes into their life, and they go, see, they get it. They get it. Like, does the person that wrote the original comment, I never had a chance in life, do they read this and go, yeah, they get it?
No.
They go, oh,
No.
okay.
They have no idea.
Okay. What about the next one?
Similar to the first one.
Yes, you do. Hang in there.
Okay, it's similar. It's probably my favorite at this point because it's saying you do have a chance, but yeah, it doesn't. It's certainly not joining her because people are afraid. They think if I join them in that emotion, they're going to spiral, and they're going to think they're going to go downhill. And again, I don't know this lady. I mean, I looked at her Facebook page for about 10 months and got sad, but at least it's saying you do have a chance. It's sowing into them. It's believing. Is it joining them? No. How could they have? I mean, if they would have led with, this world's really tough. Man, you are up against it, and my heart's broken. But you know what? You're going to get through this. Now, we always say comfort. You should always lead with comfort. All these other things are good, but you got to start with the comfort.
This person also posted a GIF image.
Yeah, I forgot about that because it didn't print out. But it's
Paper
pretty-
doesn't animate.
It was pretty flowery and shiny, and it was just like,
Yeah.
So you hear, yes, you do, girl, hang in there, and you're like, all right, and then you see the GIF, and you're like,
Okay, Grandma.
we're good. We're good.
And Duke said, he said, in quotes, your feelings are incorrect, which is also a good point. Very much so. Mark that. Am I up?
I don't know.
Sure.
All right. You have, this person posted, you have more than a chance. You have a light, a bright diamond inside of you. You need to shine a few sides of it is all. Sorry. You have love all around you and everything. Sometimes we just have to look a little harder to see it. It's inside of you too. Pray about it and trust that this too shall pass, and sharing your light helps to brighten others' lives too. I love you. I mean, they could have just said "I love you" and that's it, and it'd been so much better.
Well, I've read it like 6 times, and I'm like, I'm not even sure.
It's just so much. It's so much.
It's a little critical, because what is? You just need to shine a few sides of that bright diamond inside of you. What?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Nice
on
try.
the surface.
Nice try.
On the
Nice
surface,
try.
Kind.
on the surface, it's an encourage. Like this person would look at this and not having the critical understanding like we do, they'd be like, "Oh, see, they thought about me." You know, that's
Right.
that's
There's
they-
intention there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
but there's
and-
also a lot of
and they said I'm
platitudes.
like a diamond, and
Shine bright like
That
a
is-
diamond.
girl, you're so pretty, diamond.
That's from a video clip. He's not being really.
No, that's Jessica Johnson or
So,
Angela Johnson.
Angela Johnson.
hilarious
And she's a
comedian.
comedian.
But no, that's a good point. Like if you don't know, then you don't know.
But when
Well,
you
that's
know,
lunchtime in Rome.
when you know, you know.
That's also true.
But
It is what it is.
but if you don't know what's good comfort, I'm trying to make a point where it's sneaky like that. Like if you aren't getting comforted properly, and you're like, okay, people do care, but it's not enough.
No.
You know, like you're never fully going to get that.
We'll
hurt
go back to
comforted.
what she said. I feel like I never had a. I feel like I never had a chance in
this cruel world.
In this cruel world.
And like you perfectly said at the beginning, like, man, life is tough, isn't it? This life is tough.
Yeah. So
It's automatically better. Like already right off the bat.
her point is, I feel like I haven't had a chance. This one is, oh, you're pretty. You're like a diamond. That's not joining her because the person feels like she doesn't have a chance. She's not saying anything like, oh, I
I'm
think
a
I'm
piece of crap.
ugly or whatever. I mean, now maybe
Yeah, no, that's
maybe
a
these
great
people
point.
that know her,
That's a great point.
you know,
Well, you have love all around you in everything. Sometimes we just have to look a little harder to see it. Once again, it's critical.
wow, you're not doing enough work.
You're wrong. There's love all around you. You just don't see it. What's the matter with you?
Right.
So now you're hopeless. You're defeated. You're surrounded by darkness, and you're not seeing things.
And you're
clearly.
not good
yeah,
and you're not good enough.
I resonate with defeated like that, like because it is like kind of like okay, like
The reason I'm
Just
in
kinda
this
give
world,
up?
I didn't even have a chance. No, I mean, yeah. So to simply just come alongside and say, yeah, man, you've had a rough go of it, and it ain't easy. And I just can't fathom. I'm exhausted thinking about your situation. It feels like you're just walking every day through deeper and deeper and thicker mud. And somebody's asking you to race.
yeah,
And they're like, I know, right? And you go, man, I'm going to walk with you every step of the way. All right, there, we're done.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the mud analogy was a bit creative. But other than that,
Right.
it's really tough, but I'm going to walk with you.
I'm definitely reaching out to that person
Right.
when I need them.
Shine bright like
Well-
a diamond.
It was never did I have a chance in this cruel world. At least nobody said, well, go ahead and check out then.
Right. Well, that would be bad.
That'd be
That
terrible.
would be bad. Or nobody said,
Joy will outlast.
you know what? I've been thinking about that for years. You've got no chance. I'm saying. Ooh, no, that would be terrible.
Those would be bad.
And that would also be bad comfort. Our second example.
Yes.
So the first one, I guarantee you, they don't listen to the podcast. Chance this person could, but I don't think so.
How do you recover after being told how under par you are?
Not a disc golf reference, because that's a good thing.
How many mistakes you make and critiqued on every effing move you make? I am at a loss.
With a crying emoji.
That's right. Well, it did print. I guess the emoji did. Okay.
Another one, pretty duck.
Yeah.
So they're obviously in a relationship,
Yeah.
and it's not going well.
They probably haven't had support. They probably have not had encouragement.
Oh, see, I
They
went with
probably haven't had respect.
I went with like boss.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be. It's not. Could
No.
be.
Well,
okay, right.
I mean, a boss is
It's a
a
relationship.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we've talked about that, but
the
you're
never
thinking this is
never
more of a-
being good enough is that's such a devastating person to live with or to be in a relationship with.
right.
So
Wait,
the
you just said something else, though. What did you say right before he said could be a boss? Never being good enough.
I was talking about respect.
Oh, yeah.
Encouragement.
Well, yes, yeah, exactly. So you're not getting that. Well, yeah, guess what else? You're having all those things taken from you.
Right.
Remember, hurts are not met or taken from you.
Right.
And so your sense of belonging, you'd be a better employee. You'd be a better girlfriend. You'd be a better boyfriend. You'd be a better, all those things So that's belonging. Respect. How much respect is out the window here? Every time.
Maybe with these questions, we should start off looking at the actual
What emotional
statements.
needs are
Yeah, here's
not
the
being met.
statement. Let's think about the person. Let's think about
Yeah, for sure. So what other emotional needs are not being met besides, all of them or taken from them?
Yeah. So
In
I
the
said,
original statement.
Yeah.
I said respect, encouragement. You said belonging.
Security.
Probably security,
Emotional security. You never know
Yeah,
where you stand.
appreciation.
And it's never good.
appreciation.
Encouragement, support. Because this person is ever, if
Let's
they're under
just
par.
say all of them.
It
Yeah,
is all
it's-
of
At this point,
seems
like,
like
it's
it.
all of them.
Affection, that ain't in there. Acceptance, clearly not.
Right.
Wow.
So,
Should not be in this relationship.
right.
So the first person said, hugs.
Okay, now this
That's
isn't
gonna be something.
this isn't the worst.
No.
It's not the worst because, like, if I had to unload and I was going through a tough time, and all somebody did to me in real life was give me a hug, that's not bad comfort.
And if you think about it, guess what? It's one of the emotional needs that are not being met. So it's a little affection.
Yeah, a little affection.
You are worthy of a hug. You're worthy. So not bad.
I will say it's a little neglectful.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and again, the last person from the last example, way too many words going on
Yeah.
and on. This one's like,
No hugs.
hugs. And moving on.
Yeah.
God's love, you're beautifully and wonderfully made. God's love, you're beautifully and wonderfully made. That is also going to add to a void of what seemingly is this person.
Belonging to a degree. Hey, you matter to God. Okay. You're beautifully and wonderfully
But
made.
it's real. I mean, it's not necessarily
Hugs is better.
joining.
Hugs is better.
Hugs is better.
The statement is, it's actually a question. How do you ever recover? Like, this is a desperate person saying, like, literally asking questions. Obviously, they're making a statement, but it's also a question. God's love, you're beautifully and wonderfully made.
It's a great statement.
It's
All
a statement.
true.
It is
But
a
like
statement.
at where this person is at, like
So
I feel
that would be neglect.
yeah, and I just feel defeated for this person. So like this isn't for me. It's not reflecting anything that they would want.
Does the next one do better, Eric?
Well, there's kind of like a
I think
like
that
a Yoda vibe.
No,
going on
that's-
the first statement.
I think the punctuation is a typo.
Prayers, I will.
Throw scripture at you.
Chin up.
Yeah, yeah. This is crazy. So I'll read the whole thing again. Prayers, I will throw scripture at you. Chin up,
Chin up all in all caps.
man. Oh, like
Prayers I will.
no, it's nice. I'm not dogging on prayer. I love prayer. I'd love to be prayed for. I love praying for people. I love scripture. I love all of that. I love encouragement. Chin up.
Yeah.
Go get it.
I think it's supposed to be prayers. I will throw scripture at you. Chin up.
Prayers
Yeah.
I will throw.
Prayers I will throw.
No, that doesn't work.
Bottom line, they are not joining them where they are.
No, and the original poster says, I can't continue this. I am not, all caps, okay. I'm screaming for help. I'm drowning. So, with all due respect to the first three people. or
Oh,
more,
wait, that's the original.
that's the original poster.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
Because I was reading at the top where I was like, that's not what that said.
No, they continue.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And so that kind of immediately tells us, the people above, you didn't hit the
Yeah.
mark.
Oh, dude, it's beautiful.
She's still
I,
here.
I appreciate how she put that in there.
And the first comment after that,
I'm right there with you.
I know how you feel.
it's
it's
mostly good. It's mostly good because
yeah.
it's joining. If it was just I'm here with or I'm here for you.
I'm here for you.
I'm
It's
here
better.
for you. I'm by your side. I got you.
But yeah, I'm with you, Brian. It's very much,
It's stealing the story.
yeah, it's stealing the story.
It's like, oh, I know exactly how you feel. Just for the 1,000,000th time, don't ever say that.
I know how you feel.
If you have the same appendage torn off by the same tractor, do not say, I know just how you feel. Seen that happen.
That's a good. That's funny. That's
Nice.
funny.
That worked on
The
it for
next
30
comment
seconds.
got cut off, which I'm kind of glad it did. I already hated it from the get go, but
Wait, which one?
this one, the one right below the one we just read.
Oh, it says Seymour. But yeah, you can read what's on there. That's enough. I didn't expand it.
Okay, it says, first, find a good therapist. I mean that. Okay. Like, right off the bat. Like, no, it's so.
Could they use some therapy? I'm sure they
Well,
could.
yeah, they could.
this would be neglect and facts, logic, and reason, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a little. It's yeah.
Or
Facts,
critical.
logic, and reason is more. It would be in this situation. Facts, logic, and reason would be like, well, of course you're feeling this way,
Right,
Because, and that comes later. But facts, logic, and reason describes why you are feeling the way you are. Saying, hey, you need a good therapist is, again, neglect slash
Critical.
It's more neglect, because critical would be
okay.
you shouldn't feel this way. You need a therapist is neglect. You're ignoring the pain and
Yeah.
directing them where to go.
Wow. Okay. And then it goes on to say, second, it will take time to build yourself up, but every day you look at yourself and tell yourself you're worth it and you're beautiful and people are here for you and love you.
Now, to be fair, she did ask a question in her original comment. How do I recover from this?
That is true.
So she is answering the question. So I don't want to knock the people who
I
are
will
giving.
say, okay, yeah. That,
But I mean, again, lead with.
yeah.
You know, I only know a little bit about what you're going through, and I can't fathom how you even had the energy to type it.
Right.
My heart is so heavy reading this. Blah blah blah.
And then the third part of
Skip
it,
the blah blah blah. blah, blah,
the
blah.
third part of it that gets cut off, it says, third, get a journal. And I'm like, ugh, no. I would not. I'm like, that's exactly what I don't want to do.
Now that's what Brian would want to do.
Absolutely.
But if you're a journaler, you're already journaling.
Yes, that is very true.
And
'Cause,
if
like,
you're not a journaler,
Nah.
don't tell me what to do. What you do.
right, right.
Tell me, join me. Next one. Once you stop living under the rule of other people, these things go away forever. Hit Control Alt Delete on whatever is causing that problem.
Man, it'd be so easy if that was if that's how things worked, man.
And again, it's neglect.
Yeah,
I just get rid of the person. Oh, great, good.
just off them.
Here's one of my next ones. My next one's one of my favorites. WTF is going on?
Oh yeah.
Now, here's what's wrong with that. And I appreciate. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I appreciate their interest, but when somebody shares a hurt with you, they've shared their heart with you.
Yeah.
That's enough. When you start asking questions, the questions are for you, not for them. Mm-hmm. And so now you're making it about you. Well,
Yeah.
tell me what you're going through so I can properly
You don't need to know.
help, fix, or comfort you.
And we've talked about that before. They will let you in more onto the story if you comfort them. Well, they may not, but
Much more likely
But
than
they are
if you
much more
ask.
likely because you shouldn't have to ask. They should open up to you if they want to.
Well, the original comment is, how do you recover after being told how under par you are, how many mistakes you make, and critiqued on every effing move you make? I'm at a loss.
What more do you want to know?
Well, what's going on? I would say someone is making them feel under par. Somebody
Yeah.
is telling them every mistake they make and criticizing them. That's
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And the subtle problem with asking questions is it takes people away from their hearts and into their brains. And then you're going to try to comfort their heart, but you just put them in their brains.
Yeah.
And so all they're going to do is critique what you're saying, not even understand the impact of or the intention of what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
We've already, yeah, I don't want, I was going to talk a little bit more about the questions, but we've already done that. We did that in the previous podcast. Next comment is, whoever it is, quit listening to them and throw them out of your circle of concern. You don't need this. You are enough. You have done your best every day. Your feet hit the floor. You carry a lot every day, sister, more than most people could ever handle.
stop there. So what about that?
Well, first, how does this person commenting know that they can throw, like, what if it is a bus scenario and this, like, you can't throw that person
Right.
out.
Or yeah. Good point.
So, I mean,
Maybe they do. I don't know.
maybe they do.
But you're right.
But like, I don't think that's a solution, and it's really not joining them in any way.
It's definitely not. And again, this is somebody asking a question, getting an answer. My point is the answer will have more impact if we join them first. But also, it is going right past comfort. It's nice to say you've done your best every day. Your feet hit the floor. Okay, that's good. You're acknowledging it. Hey, and you carry a lot. But see, even that's observational. I see that you're trying every day. I see that you carry a lot. That's somebody watching you go through life. If you say, you know what, it breaks my heart to hear somebody talk about you that way. It makes me so pissed to think that anybody would disparage you. I am angry right now. I am incensed that you would be critiqued in this fashion.
Yeah.
That's joining them in it. This person's trying and they're close, but they're still observing them, which leaves you feeling like this, poor soul. Like, yeah, I know I work hard, and yeah, I know I should get rid of them, but I can't. But they're being looked at, not joined.
Mm-hmm.
And then the author
double down.
replies. No, the author replies.
Oh, is that the author?
I'm
Yeah.
only awake because of my dad with dementia. I'm exhausted in every way possible.
You add that in.
See, great comfort.
Yeah, I just made a noise.
Yeah, but that's hey, I say that less words, more facial expressions and noises.
And then the person that left the comment that the author made on
So
commented
sorry,
again.
So sorry to hear. Hang in.
Hang
there.
in
Best comfort so far. I think. It's got to be.
It's encouraging, but it's not comfort.
I'm just so sorry.
So
to
sorry
hear.
to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the closest
that's
we've come.
closest we've
It is
come.
the closest
Right,
we've come.
right.
I also read it as, all right, I have to go.
I gotta go.
Hang in there.
What did I get myself into?
man.
Good luck.
I gave you my best.
Take luck.
I gave you my best with feet hit the floor. That was the only analogy I had.
I used them all up on the
Goodbye.
first one.
Now it gets spicy.
All right. So the next comment, completely separate commenter. You don't recover. You get angry. I know you got it in you. My dad and mom were actually happy when they saw my anger return. It means you are recognizing the situation is BS and you don't deserve to be treated like that. Someone that loves you.
And then it gets cut off.
Right.
Doesn't treat you that way.
Ah, okay. Whew, man. Like, you don't recover, you get angry. And, oftentimes we talk about, like, that's one of the emotional responses to a hurt is anger.
Right.
And you don't want to be angry.
I-
Like, that's the
I-
thing you don't want to be.
Right.
And they're telling you to be angry. That's a good thing that you're
And
getting angry.
You don't recover.
Right.
There's no way out of this. Just get angry.
So wait, what?
And I know you have it in you.
I know you got it in you to do it.
yeah, I know you can get angry.
My mom and dad were actually happy when they saw my anger return.
Well, and I feel like the original post would be like, why?
I'm already
I
angry.
am angry.
I'm very angry.
I'm angry and I'm hopeless.
And you're telling me
And
I'm
it's
not even
not
good
working.
At, and you're
I'm not
telling-
even good at being angry. That's horrible. That is horrible.
Yeah.
My dad,
So I think we covered that one. You're not what people say you are. You are a child of God. He made you in His image, and He don't make mistakes. He don't make mistake. Hang in there, girl. Heart, heart, heart. Prayer. Heart, heart.
Okay.
Prayer, heart.
Descending hearts. 3, 2, 1.
yeah, I see that now.
I don't know if that does anything.
Not as much prayer.
All right.
This is critical.
A little bit. Yeah, you're not what people say you are, so don't feel bad.
When he's saying, like, you should know that you're a child of God.
Right.
Like, what do you
Stand
do?
up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next comment. Sounds like you have been with a narcissist.
There's the
That
facts,
is a
logic,
fact.
and reason.
That is a statement of fact.
Facts,
Or-
logic, and reason.
Yeah.
And then the
The original poster.
yeah said, raised by one, dated my fair share.
To be fair, winking emoji.
So she's got a pattern of surrounding herself with narcissists. And
But look, what have we done? Okay.
yeah.
Good deal. Thanks. Take luck.
Oh, man.
There we go. I thought you guys would like this one.
You got to be.
Ask your doctor for anxiety pills. They really help me.
Just met up. And I'm not against medication.
But again, that's ignoring.
It's a, yeah.
It's ignoring. And then look what her response is to this.
Are we on?
I would rather figure out how to get this under control without psych meds.
Thank you. ...
There
There you go. All right.
Next one said, you ignore it and remove the toxic person from your life. You know, and all of us know, that you are an amazing person and friend.
It always helps when you ignore your hurt.
Yeah.
That never leads to anything bad.
And just detach. Just get rid of the person.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't
that
know.
didn't occur to this person, I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure this person was like, I'll keep him around. Maybe it'll be better tomorrow.
We're having a good time. Oh, man.
And then, so the original poster comes in and says, moment of weakness. I just get so overwhelmed from time to time, and my emotions and thoughts got the best of me.
So now she's feeling shame for posting something publicly
Is
Yeah,
it's guilt.
it's shame, it's guilt, it's
Or is it self-condemnation?
I
I
shouldn't
think
have
it's
had
guilt.
these emotions. I shouldn't
It's
have
guilt.
had these
It's
emotions.
guilt. Yeah.
It's my fault for having these emotions.
Yeah.
And I was a moment of weakness. I should have been stronger. I shouldn't have let that person get to me. I shouldn't let the narcissist project their insecurities onto me. My bad. My bad. But we're not done.
We're not done. No, man, the plot thickens. Same thread. You know what I say, girl. F them. I know who and what I am, and that's all that should matter. Anyone that says something like that about you isn't worth your time or your energy. Sounds like it's time to move on and start living your best life.
Heart emoji.
Thanks for getting that emoji.
You're using a Mike the Situation quote there at the end, living your best life.
Yeah, right?
All right.
You know what I say? I know who and what I am.
Who do you say you are?
I am. So stealing the story.
Just say this.
I love that one.
Just
I
say this.
love that one.
Yeah, it's...
Go ahead and continue to feed into your anger.
Yeah, neglect.
And we finished strong.
Go ahead, B.
I'm going through THREW.
I just...
I'm going through the same thing. Hugs, my friend.
At least they followed up with hugs, my friend,
Right.
because this is the one I probably hate the most. Nails on a chalkboard.
And I'm sorry, there is one more, and don't use the name again. It says blank. Anyone that ridicules someone and continues negative and brings someone else's spirit down is only because they don't look at their C-ish and C10 to try to focus off themselves. Let them go, whoever, whatever they may be. Stay strong, CK, Seymour. Oh, I have Seymour, not Seymour. That's the end of it.
Wow, I don't know what happened to them in the middle of that one.
That's what we call a flirtation.
Maybe a little 911 call,
just-
somebody stroking
they
out, drinking
flirtated.
too much, big fingers on the keypad.
But the one prior to that, I'm going through the same thing. That is, I know how you feel. Like,
Yep. That's another one.
and I hate that. Like, don't ever say I know how you feel or I know what you're going through.
we did that with the machinery.
Right. Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad.
Sorry,
Sorry,
I
keep an
sometimes-
eye on the stream. Make sure things are good.
I sometimes forget too, Eric. I know just how you feel. But we've been down the dark street, two of them, matter of fact, and now it's time for a little upswing.
Number 3. Original
Oh, I got
post. Original post. Or do you want to read it? Or
No, you go ahead.
original post. I've always been a big believer on the value of family sitting around the dinner table together, and so we've made that a priority in our home since the kids were born. But with
Blank.
working now, 1 to 2 of those weeknights are impossible to arrange. So we decided family breakfast will take the place. Sure, it means the kids have to get up earlier, and I have to as well. And I have to as well to make a yummy breakfast, but it's always worth it.
Hashtag make time for family. Hashtag talk to your kids. That's lovely. And there's a
It is
picture of them
lovely.
all having breakfast, all different ages, families having a family breakfast. And it's so funny. Even reading that, I'm like, yeah, I'm all about that. Not the breakfast part. Let's be real clear.
Or they're getting up early.
Dude.
Oh, no, they're getting up early to make breakfast.
Oh, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, that
no,
part.
no,
Oh, I'll make
I
breakfast.
mean, I have to do that now.
Right.
I have to.
Yeah. But
I know just how you feel.
so this is where, we talk about Romans 12:15. Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. Our first two examples were mourning with those who mourn, or not mourning with those who are mourning. This is a rejoicing thing. They're saying, hey, we're doing it. We're having breakfast. It's great. Here's a picture of our family together. First comment.
Oh, how sweet.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's okay.
Is that like, I don't know what that emoji is.
It's double hearts.
2 hearts.
What are those?
Yeah, one
Cloud hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
not well defined.
So how sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
You're being observational, but it's good. Okay.
The second one,
Yep.
the really long one.
Mm-hmm.
I really miss. So this is not the original poster. This is a comment from
Yeah,
a
on the
different
post.
person. I really miss having everyone at home and eating together nightly. It's rough with the 3 younger ones' schedules, and blank isn't living at home anymore. It's such a blessing to watch them grow and become more independent, but it's also a curse when we spend so much time missing them.
Man, way to make it all about you. I mean, Debbie Downer, like, come on. Like,
Indeed.
And
I'm sorry.
yeah, I'll comfort you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this person, the original comment or poster, I should say, said, "I'm keenly aware time is running out, holding on to each moment."
It's almost like, hey, thanks.
Or they feel guilty. Like, they could feel guilty for posting it and, like, posting something joyous because, you know what I mean? Like,
They could feel guilty.
And so the original commenter who said they miss having everyone home went, "It's all we can do." It's like, man, we just had a nice breakfast, and
it was a great comment. It was a great post.
great post, terrible comment,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then
Because the room just came
womp
down.
womp.
Somebody else. What time is breakfast? I like that. That's good.
I think it's okay. It's not great, but, like, I think you're, like, kind of joining them, and, like, that sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yep. So the person said, 6:30 a.m. and you're always welcome.
Oh, you got to own up to that, dude. Showing up at 6 at least once.
And that the original commenter said,
That's way too early.
so whereas it started out like, "Hey, I'm joining you with this," it
Yeah.
ends all about her. Because she's saying, "Oh, that's too early for me. I can't come." Bro, you weren't invited in the first place. I only invited you because you said that.
That
Like,
was some Brazilian jiu-jitsu there.
or
'Cause-
Brazilian.
Brazilian. It's a new martial arts.
Zuzitsu. That's when you roll with
my take
animals.
on it.
Brazilian Zuzitsu.
That goes back to the you weren't invited to eat these mussels or this shrimp oil. So
Exactly. Well,
Yeah,
and
it's
even
like a
like on
perfect circle.
every picture of our deck, the number of people, "When's the cookout?"
yeah.
Like, you ain't invited. Bro, it ain't about you. I built a deck. Well, I paid for a deck to get built. But I do grieve and I do mourn with those first two, especially the second, because that's somebody I actually know. And that first one, though, is so sad. And then the third one, man, you just keep doing that lunch or breakfast. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, as
I very much enjoy that post.
it is. It's just like getting
delightful.
it done. Well,
Yeah.
you just said, "Hey, I'm trying to make family time because that's
Well, yeah,
time's
at
running
first-
out." And she's
yeah.
like, "We're going to remember these times. We're going to remember these breakfasts."
Well, and I would say, like, my first initial thing was like, oh, I'm bummed they don't get to keep on doing what they were doing. Like, they were having fun. But then
But they reacted and adapted and
And reacted.
Readapted.
and apt.
I'm going to tell you about the rest at lunch, okay?
I totally took it right out of my brain.
I just went straight to the office. I'm at the-
Right.
Yeah.
No, we do celebrate that with them. Oh, I know what it was. That lady's realizing, enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That's that wonderful.
enjoy
I
it while
almost
it
joined
lasts.
you, but then we just bailed on it. So let us know whenever you read something on your timeline, and maybe you don't even understand it. It just feels like icky or cloudy, bothersome, missed
Right.
the mark, or hey, let's celebrate when someone sends you something and you're like, "That's what I'm talking about."
Right. I
Send us that.
felt that one.
I felt great on
Right.
that. Man, they really got it.
And you send it to lunchtimeinrome@gmail.com. You could take a screenshot or you could cut and paste. This is the 21st century. We know how to do that kind of stuff. Lunchtimeinrome@gmail.com. That's going to be it for episode 171. Please make sure to give us a like or follow on social media and visit us at lunchtimeinrome.com. While there, take our relational needs questionnaire. Thanks for joining us at the table for Lunchtime in Rome. Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.